my IMP presentation, and this is going to be by me, Robert Lee. According to Counterterrorism Policy Center, NSW police arrested two 16-year-old students. One of these students were actually affiliated with one of the terrorist groups that originated in Australia at the time. And the other student was affiliated by a friendship with this person. A 17-year-old teenage girl named Retna Parsons passed away due to attempted suicide. This girl faced heavy cyberbullying from her peers and other people in her community. Supreme Court and the Federal Gun-Free Schools Act have seen limited to no change. This was two different acts that were trying to combat the security of school and to secure peace in school. These different situations beg the question, to what extent do people's actions affect the social influences of students in high school and college? According to the World Health Organization, a set plan should be placed to achieve the goals of a strong structured school. This is said to be done for an organized school, for each teacher to be an influencer for the students, to be a chief of peace. KRG's Ministry of Education shows how not having a particular plan can hurt the structure of a school. For example, many schools outside of the country of the US, like the UK, for example, do not have this for the World Health Organization. And this can actually hurt the potential of the students. Faculty needs to follow a set guidelines for communication. For example, not many schools don't have communication like walkie-talkies or even email, for example. They can't email another teacher of what's going on in the building at that time. If there's an emergency, not many of the students know what's going on. Surrounding this question, many policies and actions perpetuate segregation to create, promote, and maintain housing and schools. This was usually around the era of World War II. And this was said to be done usually for benefits of white people, not for the minorities of Black and mostly Hispanics. Surrounding Black college male students face prejudice in their college communities. There has been a downturn of admission rates for Black college students, and not many of these college students don't even want to go to these colleges because of this prejudice. The VDEM project, which was a project to view the civil society at the time, has been viewed once again, showing how civil society has been restricting. For example, not many of these people have been seen and heard, and their voices have not been projected as of recent. Climate change and gender can have a significant impact on how the communities view different genders. For example, women do not feel as they are seen to be. And it's hard for them, especially, to have their voices heard. The AB versus Bragg was released to the public, stating that 15-year-old Amanda Todd committed suicide in British Columbia in 2012. This girl also faced harsh cyberbullying, and it was known that this girl was a standing official in her community. Media and other technological devices can still be used out of school, which can cause more cases similar to the AB versus Bragg case. For example, there's a lot of media that surrounds after school, and that media can take over anybody's life. Solutions. A college professor and a high school teacher began a program called I Am We. This originated in Nebraska in a small suburb town. This program aimed to become a more secure financial way to bring the students together. Black gay men in different areas celebrate their identity with different types of festivals that everyone can participate in. This can be said for anybody, for women, for Hispanics, for any minority that feels like their voices need to be heard during that time. This organization's goal is to construct a healthy school community by establishing a frame that schools should follow. This goes back to the previous slide with the World Health Organization. This is a set plan that should be followed at all times by the students and by the teachers. The World Health Organization strengthens ties by making sure schools countrywide have diversified food. This can also pose as a problem to segregation, and this can also hurt relations with other students. The ultimate conclusion is that momentous developments that are seen in school can be further developed. For example, the festivals, the I Am We program, this all can be established nationwide and even going out to the other countries. This can be established to make people be stronger individuals. This is my works cited, and thank you for watching my presentation.
Robert, how did your research question evolve as you moved through the research process? And did your research go in a different direction than you originally planned or hypothesized?
So my research question actually evolved from going from a political standpoint of like government, of democracy in America, and then it evolved to the cognitive neuroscience, and especially the holdout case, which not a lot of people picked. And I kind of honed in on that because it's definitely talked about nowadays, but it's shunned. And not a lot of people have said a lot about this certain topic.
Robert, if you have more time, what additional research would you conduct related to this issue?
If I had more time, I would do more research over like the teachers, because not many of the teachers' voices can be heard in that situation, because it can be where the students can be heard, but then the teachers also have to be heard because they're part of that organization. So I believe that like, especially that where the teachers need to be heard, and I wish I could research more of that, but there's so minimal of that research.